Everybody is Big Game James, and you know what it is. You see the star in the back. You see the star right here, man. You know them Cowboys is going down Sunday night, so you make sure you check that out. We got some things going on, and make sure you check out that Best of Enemies podcast. That that show is going down. But I've been doing a slew of high school athletes, and I've been having some dogs, man. I've been having some of the best across the country, and I got another up and comer young man. Anton, is it Anton Martin Jr.? Did I say it right?
Antoine Martin Jr.
Antoine Martin Jr. My bad. I'm gonna let the world know who you're about before we jump in this interview. Give a little background, who you are, where you come from, the state of, and just let everybody know what you're doing.
Uh, I'm from Houston, Texas. I first started playing football when I was like 8 years old. Played for the Southeast Lions, and then I just started growing from there. That's it.
All right. So, coming from the state of Texas, now you're coming in as a sophomore. Obviously, like I said, your tape kind of jumped out of me. So this is your first year playing varsity, but you're already making waves as a true freshman coming in. A lot of people are already giving a buzz about you. So kind of tell me the differences in these first few games that you've already played, jumping into that varsity level.
But so far, this between varsity and freshman, the intensity of the game is way more competitive, way more faster, bigger, stronger people going against. Yeah.
So does that kind of excite you? Does that kind of get you more excited for the challenge going against the players, maybe like a senior, something like that, to say, yeah, I'm new on the scene, but I'm kind of let them know who I am now? All right. So now, when I told you, the first thing that jumped out of me is speed. Like your speed is ridiculous. Like I seen a few of the tapes. Like the first thing when you showed a scrimmage, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you caught that pass, and you went over to the middle. I thought that dude had the angle and was going to stop you. And when you just outran like all four of them, I said, okay, yeah, this dude is ridiculous. Now, talk about that speed. Is that something been kind of just natural? I looked in your background and I seen you doing a lot of training, a lot of working out with your speed. Is that kind of always been your thing? I seen you also have a AAU sprint champion. Do you have track in your background? Kind of talk to me about that.
Well, speed has always been a natural thing, but I do train regularly because hard work beats talent any day. I also competitive at AAU track and field. It was varsity as a freshman in Manville
All right. So how long you been doing track?
since I was like 7.
Nice, nice. So what events do you do in track?
But I do the 100, the 200, football 1, football 2, and long jump.
All right. So have you set any records over there? It says you're a national sprint champ. If I'm correct, have you got any records over there?
Now I've been closer. I've been close to pretty records though.
Okay. So let me ask you this: is that something that you're going to stay with all through high school and maybe even college? If you continue to like you go on scholarship with football, is something that you'll do in a side track, or will you solely concentrate on football?
I'm mostly concentrating on football, but I'm gonna also do track on the side. When track season start, I'm gonna do track.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, I looked on your Twitter, and don't think I'm a stalker or anything like that, but I looked on your Twitter and it says you listed as a wide receiver and a DB. But when I'm watching your tape, I see a lot of the wide receivers. So, is that kind of your receiver by choice? And what would you like to kind of add to your game as it continues to develop?
Well, my position of choice is receiver, but I strive to stay versatile. If the coach need me at DB or safety or anything, I'll be there. I'll step up and be there, maximize my leadership skills.
Okay. And what would you like if right now coming as a sophomore? What would you feel like you want to add to your game?
Well, what I add to my game, I want to be able to make them tough catches, like the bad balls, the overthrown. I try to make more of those.
Okay. All right. So right now, how's your season already started? Like, what is your win loss record?
Well, we 1-1 now.
Okay, you 1-1. Did you play this past Friday?
We play on Thursday, but we
Okay,
played.
you played on Thursday. So if I might ask, I didn't get to check that out. Did you guys win that game? Okay, is that the game that you just had the two touchdowns that I just saw?
Sir.
Okay. Now, talk to me about that game. It's about obviously it's a bounce back. You lost the first game, so you got the good bounce back win. So just talk to me about the game and how did how you felt about the outcome and how you felt the team played.
Well, I thought the team played good. Just some little small mistakes we made, like high snaps, all that, misreads, miss not wrapping up. But the game was pretty good so far.
Okay. Now, hey, keep on coming in as you keep on progressing into the season. What are you kind of your obviously a team goes state, all right? Obviously a state championship. But what maybe some team goals or what do you feel like maybe some things you want to improve on as a team as you move forward into the season?
Well, as freshmen and sophomores playing on a varsity level, I want our team to just continue to get better, get stronger, get faster, and then grow.
Okay. All right. Now, did you actually go to any camps this past summer?
Only went to a couple.
Okay. What was those camps?
I went to I had a visit for Kentucky,
Hmm.
Louisville, and I went to a Notre Dame camp.
Okay. All right. So those camps when you went to, what did you feel like you wanted to try to let the coaches know about you?
Um, I don't really know.
I mean, hey, you come onto the scene. So if I'm a coach and I seen you come into the camp and I'm looking at you, if I'm a coach and I'm watching you, what are you trying to impress me with?
My speed, my ability to catch amazing passes, catch oh,
Okay. What about if I'm a coach and I'm like, okay, what if I want to see if you the first in line every single time? You know what I'm saying? What if I want to see are you that type of kid? Are you the one that's always going to be the first, in the gym, the last one to leave? Are you that type of athlete?
yes, sir.
All right. Well, you must be doing something right because you're already a sophomore turning up playing varsity. So you can't be lazy playing varsity as no sophomore. So you got to have some kind of something, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's talk about some you play in the state of Texas. What are you a hometown kid? Like obviously you're only a sophomore in high school, but have you thought about in the future if you ever wanted to, get a scholarship and things of that nature, would you want to stay in the state of Texas? There's a lot of schools there in Texas, big schools, or would you be open to move out of state and play out of state as well?
I'll be able to move out of state, likely somewhere in Louisiana, because I got family that stay there.
Okay. So do you have you thought about any schools out there?
LSU, mostly it.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you right now, my cousin is actually plays for Denton Geyer. His name is Ryan Yates. He's a safety out there. He's actually going to LSU next year as a safety. So who knows? I mean, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Maybe you could be one of them receivers and he could be that safety out there. I like to see that nice combo because I tell you right now, LSU loves speed out there. Odell Beckham Jr., one of them
Yeah.
guys. They had a lot of guys that have some speed, and you have one of them guys. Now, I want to ask you, do you ever look at any guys in college or maybe in the pro ranks that maybe you want to pattern your game after? Because, like I said, when I watched you, I'm gonna be honest with you. A comparison when I first seen you, I was like, man, this dude looks like a young Deshaun Jackson because you have that stature. Deshaun was about 6 foot. Not the biggest guy, but you're getting bigger. Obviously, you're working out, getting trainer, things of that nature. But you have that same stature. And Deshaun Jackson had them wheels, man. When he caught the ball, and he got that step on you, you were not catching him. And that's the one thing I noticed about you. You pull away very quickly. Once you get the ball, you explode. So, do you ever watch anybody and say, man, I kind of pattern my game after him? I watch him and kind of like watching him. And
When the receivers I watch in the pros is Megatron and Julio Jones. Like I like how they just make the toughest catches, mossing people, and I like how physical they are, and they still got some speed too. So when they add slot, it's really a mismatch.
okay, so let me ask you in the receiver position. Do you play more the outside? Do you play the slot, or you kind of do the court? Does the coach kind of put you kind of wherever?
I could play both. I could play inside or outside, but I'm mainly outside.
Okay, so how do you like playing in the slot?
Slot It's good. It's really a mismatch for me because linebackers cannot hold me. They're too
Hmm.
slow. I can just run around them.
Okay, all right. So heading into the the rest of the season, what kind of maybe some personal goals that you may have? Obviously, like I said, team goals is always team first. So I'm not trying to put you above that. So please understand that. But maybe do you have some own team goal, some own personal goals that you had? Heading out to the season that you may want to do.
Well, some of my personal goals is to get stronger, way stronger. Except on the varsity level, I got to get way stronger than I am right now. And I'm trying to get way faster. DBs, you're not always gonna be able to run around them sometimes. Way faster. Trying to like improve my hand, all the unbelievable catches.
Okay, well, I like the versatility. Now you're only a sophomore. You're 6 foot. Do you think you're gonna get any taller? I mean,
You're gonna get
do you
taller.
have the trajectory that you're gonna get taller?
But my papa, he's 6'2", so I'm for
Oh boy. So boy, let me tell you, if you're hitting about that 6'2", 6'3", and you're doing that 4.4, 4.3 speed, oh man, people gonna be in trouble. You know that, right?
yes, sir.
They're gonna be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all defensive debate, they gonna be backing up. They gonna be what? Hey, they're gonna be rolling that coverage on you. Get ready, cause it's gonna happen. But that should be exciting for you. That should be an exciting and a challenge for you as you head into the rest of this season into your next season. You actually got two more seasons. So you know you told me Megatron, you told me Julio Jones. Those are the type of guys that you really look up to. What about like any like? Have you thought about route running? Is that something that you're really good at, or is that something that you may want to add to in your game? Because you can have all the speed in the world, but if you can really kill that route running, that's really precise. Well, how do you feel about the route running as well?
Well, I'm trying to add with my route running. I've been working out. I've been practicing all day, every day. I was just working out earlier today about my on my route running
Okay. Do you have a little resemblance of the route tree currently right now? Is that what you're currently working on? Is the route tree?
and breaking down, getting out my cuts and my breaks.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I seen that one move you did on the one where you did the fake in, and then he hit you hit him with that nine, and it was too easy. And then when you caught it, it was like he could not catch up with you. I mean, so I can't stop talking about it because I can't wait to watch you play some more because I want to see you play some. I ain't gonna lie, I want to see you play some get some tough defensive backs, and I want to see you go against them because I really feel like you'll be up to the challenge, and I want to see that speed really blind these guys. But I ask all the athletes before we get ready to head off of here, you know, what kind of motivates you when you get up in the morning? Obviously, you have your own self motivation when you go hard, you're working out, you're training, but maybe when you're getting tired, maybe when you don't want to do it, who out there to kind of motivates you to keep you going even when you feel like you can't?
Well, my baby sister, she motivates me. Like I'm trying to be there for her, and I'm trying to make it to NFL for her and help out on her.
That's nice to hear. Any mentors out there for you? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. If there ain't no mentors out there, I'm gonna be the mentor out there for you. Tell you let's do it and let's make it happen. So, do you got any shout outs to anybody before you kind of will we get ready to head off here? Maybe even some of your partners, anything like that. It's all good. Give some shout outs to some people out there.
Well, shout out to my dad for getting me all the way here. He was the one that mainly been pushing me since I was like 7 years old to be where I am today.
All right, all right. Now, I have one last question. Oh, so do you have any guys that you look against like obviously your opponents? Is there any players that you kind of go against or have read the papers and say I can't wait to kind of go against not just this team but maybe this player? Do you have any players that's within your division that you kind of maybe are looking at saying kind of ready to go against this team that you kind of circled before we kind of head off here?
Well, I heard Ruben Owens, he played a little bit of DB too. So if he guard me and I do him up, I'm getting my offers too.
See, I didn't mean to do that, man. So he gonna be like, "Hey, man, get me on the show, man, because I need to holler at your boy, man." No, I'm about to shut him down. We ain't going down. Hey, it's all good. It's all good and fun. Hey, man, really, I really appreciate you jumping on. Man, I'm really excited about what you're going to continue to do. Now, what I tell all the young athletes, I need to have you get as much tape as you can. Obviously, you're doing a great job right now. Continue to produce that tape. Whenever your games, anything like that, the more tape you can do, the more videos we can show and drop on my channel and show what you're about. Also, we're going to do another interview at the end of the season, kind of the things that me and you discussed, maybe the goals that you discussed. We're going to go through those at the end of the season and see those if those goals were accomplished. So it'll be exciting. So, like I said, and the exciting thing about this is that this is you're not a senior, you're only a sophomore. So you got a lot of time to go. So all I can do is tell you is continue to go hard, continue to hone your craft, because you have a lot of talent. The trajectory is the arrows pointing up for you. So I can say, man, just keep staying focused. Can Steve Kane goal oriented, and can Steve continue to don't let anything stop you, and you're gonna have a bright future ahead for you. So do you have any last things before we get off here?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you. So let them everybody know who you are again.
Antoine Martin Jr.
All right, man. And this is Big Game James, and we'll be talking to you. Generation Next, up and comers. We're out.